it's my friend Keith Green. Woo! I'm going to tell a few stories about Keith Green later today, because I know lots of stories about Keith Green.
Okay. Microphone. Hey, YouTubers. Thanks for being with us. We're having a lot of fun today. And be sure and check out everything that's going on in the community, of course, at www.unitydflagstaff.org.
Let me know when I'm supposed to start, like, actually doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Your ongoing support.
Good, thank you.
Of this
Okay, right.
community. And we are celebrating next week our Bloomin' annual party. So if you get a chance to come in and join us, come and do that. And know that we are moving forward in this thriving ministry, and we're grateful to have you be a part of that. So today's message is, where does that energy go? Blessings, my friends, and enjoy.
Looking mighty pale, standing by the sheriff's side. Testing. Whoa, what was that? Do we know? Hearing aids? We don't know what that was.
Where did that come from?
Testing 1, 2. While his head and cry. This part's fine. Oh, give me. All right.
This thing. Here we go.
What on earth? Hold on. What got messed with?
Back a little bit, so you're not quite so in the line of this.
So, okay. Okay, well, this is, okay, good morning. How you doing? How's it going? Because this isn't going to work if I'm speaking from this corner, because I'll never be able to stay out here. So, walk out. Well, okay. All right, here we go. How you doing this morning?
So far, so good.
Okay. Are you awake? No. All right. All right, so how about we just move into the opening song and we shut my microphone off? You guys will probably be happy about that anyway.
Hi, everybody. Ready? Everybody ready? I'll wait for you. Takes me a while to stand up these days, too. Here we go. You ready? This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Out there in the dark, I'm gonna let it shine. Out there in the dark, out there in the dark, I'm gonna let it shine. Out there in the dark, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Ain't nobody gonna blow it out. Ain't nobody gonna blow it out. I'm gonna let it shine. Ain't nobody gonna blow it out. I'm gonna let it shine. Ain't nobody gonna blow it out. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, one more time. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Here we go, the outro. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
And say good morning to each other.
Keep playing the chords there. More people talking. I know, that's the problem.
I'm always thinking quality of video. That's all right. I won't trip over the walls. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm sorry.
You don't have any more length.
Okay, we're good.
We know that was Ryan's fault at least. Testing 1, 2. Poor Sam. All right.
Hey, good morning again. Reverend Penni Honey here, Unity of Flagstaff. That's where you've landed. Look, I've been relegated to the corner. Actually, I've been promoted to the musician's corner. And that's what's actually happening. Today is a big day. We're grateful to have you with us. What I can tell you is this. As I stand in the front of the room, I say it often, I have the best seat in the house. All the divinity my little self can almost handle to see in this room. And that's true all over the planet. People finding a way to express the divinity of who they are. Think about that for just a moment. And we appreciate that you've chosen to be here. And we're having a concert after service. Ryan Biter and the amazing Miss Bernice Lewis. Where'd she go? Oh, I was thinking, wow, did we scare her with those sound issues? Did she run out of here with her hair on fire? We're so grateful to have Bernice with us this morning for the Sunday celebration. And then, as I said, we will be celebrating with our fundraising concert this afternoon. And thanks, Ryan, for being here, for helping. We appreciate you. We have some folks here that are members of the prayer team. Could you raise your hands, please? These folks are here to support you in prayer, not only today, but through the week. Now, if it's 2 a.m. in the morning, we recommend 1-800-NOW-PRAY. 24/7, there is prayer support there for you at Silent Unity. Prayer works. Look around. This community is an example of that. We truly are.
And now it is my pleasure to introduce Miss Sandy Pizer, who will do our opening prayer for today. Sandy's a part of that prayer team. Yeah, a round of applause is fine. We love to clap here. I encourage clapping and dancing and singing. All right, so thank you for being here. So, no dancing and singing. Sandy's not going to dance and sing, she says. She's just going to pray. There you go. Thank you, Sandy.
Sure. My pleasure. Good morning, everyone. I believe Penny is going to talk about oneness today. And so I tried to keep that in mind when I was thinking about inviting us all to pray. And I'd like to start with some relaxation. Just, putting your feet on the floor if that's good for you. And taking some breaths, maybe all together take a breath. And let it out. Another breath. And if you feel comfortable, raise your shoulders up to your ears for a second while you're breathing in, and then let it out and let your shoulders settle. And come into the room. We are here. We are here together. And we are blessed in this togetherness. We are blessed with the indwelling spirit inside of us. Infinite intelligence, thank you for bringing us together today. We join with you in heart, mind, spirit, and we join with each other in the room and everyone who's online. We join with you as well. We know we are one. One with the indwelling spirit, one with each other. We breathe and relax and know the truth. Only good is manifesting in this moment. We are safe, secure, protected, uplifted in the power of the indwelling spirit. We say amen.
Thank you, Sandy. I kind of like it over here. I can see actually more of you all at once. Yeah. So thanks again for being with us. We are blessed. We are grateful. I do feel a little off my mark, though, literally, right? Because I'm in a different part of the room. But it is my joy now to introduce to you Mr. Bruce Higgins. Check out that hat. I think we all ought to have hats like that. And thank you, Bruce, for being our PA today. It's not as if he didn't have a big day yesterday, I hear. And so we're grateful you're here, and we're grateful for your service. And anybody that's interested in being a PA, come ask me about that.
Thanks, Penny. I think we're going to be playing tag with this mic here in just a minute. Penny's referring to yesterday. I've been assisting a friend of mine who's an ultra runner, dropping her off and picking her up at the end, or sometimes jogging out a few miles to meet her. But I've been jonesing to go with her. So she invited me on a trip yesterday from Hermit's Rest down to the Tonto and across and back up to Bright Angel. We did it in under 9 hours. I was so done when we got to Indian Gardens. I had nothing left in the tank. Okay, I'm just going to have to gut it out. And so we did, and I made it. But boy, then I had to drive us home. So I'm going to go back to helping her at the beginning and the end. So was I praying on the way up? Yeah, probably. So as is a recommended practice in life, let's start with gratitudes and prayer requests. Now's the time to share what's happening with you, and we are honored to share your prayer requests, celebrations, and gratitudes. We collectively affirm with you and those that you pray with and celebrate with that the presence of God is in all things and is the one power. We know with you that God, the universe, Spirit, whatever you call it, knows the details. So does anyone have a gratitude or a prayer request they'd like to share with the community?
Yes, I do. I just wanted to tell a story since we're going to be talking about oneness. When my wife died, within the week after she died, one night I was going to bed and all of a sudden my phone started ringing. It was probably 11:30 or so. And I went over and answered the phone, and of course it was just a dial tone. But I looked at the phone number, and the phone number was 1-111-1111-1111. That's never happened since. And I feel like it was Nancy talking to me.
Thank you, Keith.
And Keith, we are affirming with you in the passing of those that we love. We are reminded that love transcends all dimensions. And of course it was Nancy. We don't love them any less. They don't love us any less. It's just expressing in a new form. And it is our prayer, Keith, that you find peace in that.
Evan's got one.
I have a prayer request. I'm looking for housing starting in August, and it's kind of difficult. So yeah, just because I'm gonna have pets, and that kind of adds a complication. And then like Flagstaff's pretty expensive, so I'm looking for something affordable that allows pets, and yeah, so it's a challenge.
So Evan, I think I talked to you about this last week. A room would be okay?
Sorry?
Would a room?
Sure.
Yep, okay. All right,
I don't
so
think we
a
talked
pretty
about
broad
it.
range of choices
Or did we?
that you're open to.
Yeah.
So welcome to Unity of Flagstaff LinkedIn. And Evan, I'm going to affirm with you that it's not difficult, that your pets are embraced and loved just as you are by your next perfect and affordable place of residence. That's done. All right.
I am celebrating. Yesterday, my granddaughter turned the big 3.
Yay!
Zoe!
Zoe turned 3, and oh my God, she is just, she's going on 30. 3 going on 30.
Oh, and we are celebrating with you, Trina. The joy of that. And to remember to be so close to Source as we were at 3, right? Actually, no closer than we are now, but we remember. Yeah.
This is a gratitude. I went to the symphony on Friday, and they did Beethoven's Third Symphony. And I just, at the end, I felt gratitude for living long enough to have heard that so many times that I know it well, and just rejoicing in that.
Marcia, we're glad you lived that long, too. And for the beauty. And just a gratitude to kind of tag on to that. There were a group of us that attended Paula Jean Rice's beautiful, amazing retrospective of her amazing ceramic sculpture at Coconino Center for the Arts last night. We are surrounded by brilliance, and we are surrounded by beauty, and the universe is never slow at reminding us.
I have a gratitude. I have a new little kitty bean in my household, and taking much care because he's a lot younger than they told me. Like needs to eat every 4 hours. Still a little shaky on his feet. It hasn't put together hunger and food quite yet. But once you get him started, he goes at it. And then he goes right back to sleep. So he's a little guy. And I'm still trying to figure out a name for him. I've been looking for quite a while.
It's coming now. It's coming now. And blessings to that. Thank you for giving that little one a home and love. Yeah. And then I have a prayer request for our friend Katie. Katie has had quite a few months of medical challenges, and she finds herself in the place of another one right now. So just hold with me for a moment, will you? We're bringing Katie into our hearts. And we see her whole, we see her perfect, we see her aligned with her God health. And we see that happening now. And so it is. We love you, Katie. I know she's watching. Yeah. I'm also putting together a little meal train, so anybody that wants to provide a meal this week, let me know. We're gonna feed Katie and David.
Thank you, Penny. Anyone else? We are grateful for the power of prayer and the good news spoken and unspoken here today. Again, we affirm that each condition, person, and situation is an expression of the divine. We claim love, wisdom, healing, and wholeness. And so it is, and so we let it be. And today, our principle is number 1. Let's say this together. God is all there is and present everywhere. This is the force of love and wisdom that underlies all of existence. And my inspired moment is not about yesterday. Well, maybe it is in a way. So Penny's tagline is, no energy goes unnoticed by the universe. And so I'm kind of I was thinking about what do we put out there? And I have this sort of free verse poem by Robert Paget, some excerpts from it. It's really long, so I just have a few on how to be perfect. So where is your energy going? Get some sleep. If you feel tired, rest. Be friendly. It will make you happy. Hope for everything. Expect nothing. Take care of things close to home first. Straighten up your room before you save the world. Then save the world. Don't stay angry about anything for more than a week. Ooh, that long. But don't forget what made you angry. Hold your anger out at arm's length and look at it as if it were a glass ball. Then add it to your glass ball collection. Plan your days so you never have to rush. Penny. Do not spend too much time with large groups of people, and that does not mean an hour and a half on Sunday morning.
Thank you for qualifying that.
Show your appreciation to people who do things for you, even if you have paid for them, even if they do favors you don't want. Be nice to people before they have a chance to behave badly. Calm down. This is kind of a deep one. Don't expect your children to love you so they can if they want to. Don't be too self-critical or too self-congratulatory. Imagine what you would like to see happen, and then don't do anything to make it impossible. It sounds like unity to me. This is one I've kind of had to go over in my mind. Forgive your country every once in a while. If that is not possible, go to another one. Don't be depressed about growing older. It will make you feel even older, which is depressing. Do one thing at a time. Take a deep breath. Do not smart off to a policeman. Be good. Be honest with yourself, diplomatic with others. Do not go crazy a lot. It's a waste of time. I keep having to tell myself that one. And love life. And thank you. We'll now prepare for meditation with Bernice.
I don't know who you are to me. You're more than just a friend. The signal we've been sending is so strong. Though we're not quite lovers, at least not skin to skin, we've defied a definition for so long. When you close your eyes at night and you dream that journey home to the land where the lame walk and the blind still see, do you cross that aisle of spirit with me? And high on separate mountain tops those tears of longing fall and gather in the clearness of a stream. And by the time those teardrops finally fill the sea, they've all come to claim the same identity. When you close your eyes at night and you dream that journey home to the land where the lame walk and the blind still see, do you cross that aisle of spirit with me? And there's a name for every flower and all those swollen seas, and each and every star that shines above. So tell me, how can we accept the possibility that there is only one name left for love? When you close your eyes at night and you dream that journey home to the land where the lame walk and the blind still see, do you cross that aisle of spirit with me? To the land where the lame walk and the blind still see. Will you cross that aisle of spirit with me?
Thank you, Bernice. Thank you. Okay, so let's take a deep breath as we prepare for meditation. Can you turn that down just a little bit, Sam? Thank you. Or maybe not. There you go. All right. So take a breath with me. Now take a breath for me. I love the way Spirit plays in our lives. I love the energy that we spend. And then we release into the perfect unfolding. It's in this time of quiet and meditation that we get to release and rest. And it is in a place of gratitude that we come forward into this expression. And so we feel the presence in the room. We allow that connection. And we see our part in all that is. The one power, the one presence, the place of knowing. It is here that we heal. It is here that we feel the peace that passes all understanding. It is here that we are connected. And we breathe deeply, breathing the breath of life and releasing. We smile slightly as we recall the humor of being human. And we are loved right there. And we breathe deeply. And we release. God, Spirit, divine mind, infinite intelligence, Mother, Father, God, all that is, present in and through us, as us. And in these moments of clarity and connection, we affirm that for every being on the planet. Resting now, we say thank you, Spirit. And so it is, And so we're just going to let it be. Amen. I don't know how we got back there, but that's all. No, we're good. It's really my turn. They gave me a microphone. Go ahead, try to take it away from me. Just kidding. I don't know what we're doing back there with that little PowerPoint, but it'll come around, I am sure. Let's just leave it on this pretty little picture right here. So, oh yeah, here I go. First thing I do is start moving out of the corner. You see that? Yeah? You guys feel a little far away from me, right? No energy goes unnoticed by the universe. And our oneness guarantees that. I've told you guys this story about the two little fish, and they're swimming along, and they meet this older fish. He's going the opposite direction, and he says, "Nice day." And they say, yeah. They're chit-chatting, and they're texting, and they're doing their little thing, right, these little fish. He says, "How's the water?" And they just keep swimming. They're kind of like, what the heck is he talking about? What water? That's oneness. What oneness? Because there's no separation. Now that's a big, huge statement. And sometimes I think, I'm not connected to that guy. I'm not one with that person. I get a little selective about my oneness. How about you? Yeah? That's called separation. And we're all in this oneness. Your greatest awakening comes when you are aware about your infinite nature, Amit Ray says. And I loved this quote by Market Drar, Kamba. "Breathe next to me, and I will capture a piece of your soul along with mine." Ubuntu. It's an African philosophy. Desmond Tutu brought that to the consciousness of us over here in the Western world, North America. And it means, and it places the emphasis on being self through others. It is a form of humanism which can be expressed in the phrases, "I am because of who we all are." I am because of who we all are. I am what you see. I am as I appear exactly as you see me. And that's just no kidding. Now, I'd like for some of you to see me as 5'7". I am because of you. And that is oneness. Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches how much more powerful we would be. And he's a great teacher of quantum physics. If we could remember our oneness. And as I sat with this information, and he has a lot of information, just go to YouTube, Dr. Joe Dispenza. It's amazing stuff about quantum physics. It's incredible. It'll blow your mind. You have to listen to it 15 times to gather the first paragraph, right? The quantum field is an invisible field of energy and information. Or you could say that it is a field of intelligence, he says, or consciousness that exists beyond space and time. And if we could remember that we are in that we are in that oneness, we could grab onto all of the really awesome momentum that is going on around us of good. We could possibly never be disappointed that something that we set out to do didn't happen, or it appeared that it didn't happen. Sam, you're probably going to have to chase me with that camera. I have a story for you, and this was a life-changing experience for me. So I was director of operations at a large Unity church, and we decided we were going to have a Unity school. And we went about that process, and we raised a lot of money, and we were ready to go. And I had a waiting list. We had a waiting list of people to attend this school. We'd raised the money we needed to make it happen. And I was called into a meeting, and it was decided there wouldn't be a Unity school at that Unity. I will not repeat what I thought, but I was not happy. And neither was that group of people that had worked so hard to bring this about. I mean, we were ready. We were ready to go. It'll teach you forgiveness. It'll teach you that you just don't get to have the final word, Penni. And so you just keep moving forward. And you just keep moving forward. Right? Ever do that in your life? Ever have something that you really, really thought was going to happen? And you really, really, really put a lot of energy and you said, come on, universe. I held the intention. I did this right. I did my prayer work. We cleared out the space. We're ready to do this. What do you mean there's not going to be a Unity school? And that's the nice version. So 2 years later, I'm zooming around this same Unity church, and I'm doing my thing. And a minister, Reverend Alice Anderson, called me into her office, and she said, I've got something I want to show you. She said, I don't know why I'm showing you this. She said, but I have something to show you. So she whips out this picture of these two women standing in front of this construction site. And I thought, oh, that's nice, nice picture. She says, they're building a Unity school in Zania, Africa, South Africa. And in that moment, every piece of energy that had gone into that effort in Phoenix, Arizona, swirled around in a complete circle, and it hit me right in the heart that it was done. That energy did not go unnoticed. There were children being blessed, just like it said in our mission statement. There were people's lives that were being changed because of that school, probably much more than that demographic would have been in Phoenix, Arizona. And in that moment, everything for me was healed. It was healed. That energy did not go unnoticed. Spirit has no opinion where or how. Spirit only says yes. And when you set an intention and it doesn't turn out the way you think it should, I want you to try to remember that no energy ever goes unnoticed by the universe. It helps when I'm so nice and they're not. It helps when I don't get my way in the moment that I want it. Not that I would ever be that way. It helps and it heals when we think it was for naught. The universe is listening. The universe stands ever ready to be present to your highest expression. And it might happen in South Africa. I have another story for you. I was a construction manager, and I built large commercial buildings. So I'm this construction manager twitting around Phoenix, building buildings. And I get a call, and there's a company from California, and they want me to be their project manager on the juvenile courts and detention facility. Now, at the same time that I'm doing this, Sam, you're going to have to chase me, buddy. At the same time I'm doing this, I'm also a chaplain, and I'm leading a 60-child children's choir. Now I'm building a jail for babies from 7 to 17. So I'm having a little bit of an energetic issue with this, but I move forward because I like to eat, and I like lights, and I like to get paid for my job. So I keep moving forward. I call the first project meeting. I've got a room full of construction guys. And I throw open the blueprints, and there on the page is a padded cell. And for scale purposes, they've shown a child curled up in the corner. And I come apart. Now, a female project manager in the early 90s is not allowed to come apart on the job site, especially if she's in charge. And I closed the blueprints and I said, we will have to resume this in an hour. And I started walking that acreage. And I'm going around and around that 25 acres, and I'm saying, Spirit, I mean it. I mean it. What am I doing here? And this is career suicide for me, to start a job and then walk off, because I can't do it. Because my soul won't let me. I'm yet to meet a contractor that goes for that excuse. So I walk, and I walk, and I think, how can this be? How could this much energy get spent to build jail cells for 7-year-olds? What am I doing? What am I doing? And all of a sudden, what I heard was this: you're not just here to build. You are here to bless. Now, you get out there and you get that project started, and every day you bless this property. And you keep saying, every child that enters this facility is transformed to their higher self. And you keep saying it. And you keep staying present to the power of Spirit. Because that energy is not going to go unnoticed, Penni. So 3 years later, done the ribbon cutting, got the beautiful courthouse. The pods, as we like to call the cells, are built. I'm standing in the courtyard of that same large Unity Church in Phoenix, and a lady walks right up to me. And she says, I'm interested in being a chaplain. I said, great. And we start talking about the process and what that is. And I said, so, honey, what do you do in the world? And she said, I just got a promotion. I said, really? Congratulations. And she said, yes. I work security at the Durango Juvenile Courts and Detention Facility, and I am now the new director. The woman that is standing here in a Unity asking to be a chaplain is now the director of the facility that I built 3 years ago. Tell me that energy goes unnoticed? I think not. As the director of operations, I used to give the guys a hard time because they'd say they're going to go sling tables and chairs to set up classes. So I took them in the room one day and I said, I want you to come in this room as if you're taking a class. And I want you to stop at that registration table and I want you to sit in that chair. And I want you to consider that your life may be transformed in that moment, in that classroom. How do you feel about that chair now? We are one, and the energy that we put out impacts all of our environment. This isn't just a solo flight, folks. We're part of all of it. We cannot be separated from it. So when you think that what you're doing doesn't matter, I'm here to tell you it does. That the universe is always listening and supporting you to move toward that connection of oneness. You never have to feel alone. You never have to be afraid because there's no one to support you, because it just ain't true. You're one with all that is. And this is the message that we were given. You don't need 15 tears between me and God to get there. You're there. How's the water? How's the water? You're there. And I encourage you to use your gifts consciously. Ask yourself, how does this impact my life? How does this make my divinity the greatest expression it can be in this moment? Because it makes a difference that I'm here. It makes a difference that I'm doing this, whatever it is. Now, this is the catch. Because the universe has no opinion, there are a lot of people out there that are doing a lot of things that I don't understand how they become so successful at it. How are they so good at that? How do they get rewarded so greatly for that? And I struggle with that. And I have to keep going back to, it's none of my business. And I'm going to be like the universe and have no opinion about that and keep doing the next right thing to move me toward that expression of divinity and that experience of oneness. No energy ever goes unnoticed. And a person who carries as much energy as I do is really grateful for that. We go in to do the prayer, and I'm switching the little blanket that's laying on the little bench in there because the tag is showing. Now, there's nobody in this room that would notice that, especially out in this room, because it's in that room. But I noticed. And what that statement actually was is, I love this community. I want everything to be ready and right so that their greatest expression of divinity can easily flow through them and they can connect to the oneness and the community that is in this room. And I don't know that a tag on a blanket would ever make that not happen, but it made me feel better. And I know that when I'm in a consciousness of clarity and presence and oneness, I'm much more powerful. And anything I have to walk through, anything you have to walk through, anything you have to experience is divided by the consciousness of oneness, the power in that to keep supporting you. It's right there. I wonder what my notes say. I wonder if I have some quotes over here you might like. And here's Sam with the camera. The people on YouTube are going to be seasick today, right? They're like doing this thing. Do you see the potential that you're leaving on the table when you begin to see yourself as terminally unique, as if you're the only one in the room that can do that, be that, or are that, or think that? Do you see the potential you're leaving on the table when you rob yourself of knowing your oneness with others? Do you see it? And these are the tools that we use in Unity to get there, to remember. It's prayer and it's meditation. I know. People say, I can't meditate. I don't know. That's not true. You're in the water. You're in the oneness. Tap in. Just sit for 5 minutes and tap in and see yourself connected to all that is. That is the potential of who you are, and it's in every cell, and it's in every moment. All that oneness is in every cell and in every moment. I think there probably were some good things in here, but that's all right. I'll get to use it again. God is the total of this oneness, the total of all good, whether manifested or unexpressed, Emily Cady told us. So if it never comes to fruition in the way that you saw it, have no opinion about that. Allow yourself to know that you have been in and are in the oneness with that. That you are the expression. Where does that energy go? It goes out to be expressed at its highest good. That's where it goes. Namaste. What I'm doing here. All right, so I'm not sure where we're going with this PowerPoint, but we're back at the beginning. So could you take us to Bernice's next song? And we're grateful to have you, Bernice, and thank you, Ryan, for backing her up.
Yeah,
That was
it's
a
great to have
surprise.
Ryan.
Isn't that awesome? So don't forget that as you're getting a little warmed up and he's getting that PowerPoint, don't forget that today is the concert. You have the opportunity to purchase your tickets. That'll be available out in the foyer. We're going to have lunch included in your ticket price, so there's some pretty tasty food out there. And so, Sam, you're just going to have to go through that front piece. It's all right. Let's just keep moving. So, do you remember when we did church without a PowerPoint? Yeah? Come on now. We know how to do this. It's awesome. It's all right. It's all right. Take a breath, and we appreciate you, Bernice. Bernice, what's the name of the song you're doing right now?
The song is called Back When I Was a River.
Oh, Back When I Was a River.
And Ryan's going to help me out on it, I can tell. Back when I was a river, every single day, I made love to the shore. I had the power to change things, to pull and rearrange things. I was so much more. I was long and rushing for the sea. Long before you and me, I was making waves with all I could deliver. Back when I was a river, back when I was a river, I moved a lot of mountains. I changed the course of streams. I sorted through the pebbles and all the stuff that settles on the edge of dreams. I was long and rushing for the sea. I took responsibility to trickle down your spine and make you shiver. Back when I was a river, back when I was a river, back when I was a river, I made a lot of music. I sang with all the birds. It harmonized with thunder, howl with wind and wonder. At the weight of words, I was long and rushing for the sea until the moon abandoned me. But she came around as just a sliver. Back when I was a river, back when I was a river, back when I was a river.
Isn't that awesome? Hey, more of that after service, right? Come on, stay for the concert. Let's do this. It supports our music program here at Unity of Flagstaff. We appreciate you. And again, you guys rock, right? All right, so y'all remember how to do church without PowerPoints, and that's where we're going, my friends. So we're not sure what's happening back there, but you know what? The universe has no opinion about it, and I'm not attached. How about you, right? Because we are connected. So I'm going to think this stuff, and then you're going to repeat it. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so so here's what well, I'll just move over here, Sam. That'll make it easier on you. Okay, here we go. So we're going to bring those baskets down. Here we go. We don't have our little table because we got too much going on up here, so thank you for just holding them. We're blessing these outgoing baskets, and we are saying this. And if you will, I'll say a line, you say a line. How about we do it that way? Ready? All financial doors are open. All financial channels are free. And endless bounty now comes to we. So go forward, my friends. We appreciate your ongoing support, of course, of this community. We like lights, we like heat, so we also appreciate the financial support. So thank you for that. I do want to remind you about the concert today, and what we're going to do afterwards is, if you want a chair to take it out in the foyer and wait around and have some lunch and do those things, we're going to do that, but we're going to close off the sanctuary and let the musicians have run. How about that? And so we'll do that for about 30 minutes, and then we'll come back in and we'll enjoy the concert. I do want to point out that the musicians today were sponsored by Gary Robbins Family Law. Thank you, Gary. And that means that all the ticket sales get to stay with us. So yay for our music program, right? There's a lot of really great stuff going on. I'm sure that I'm not knowing what it is in this moment, but maybe you do. Maybe you can tell me, since we're all connected, right? Yeah. And yes, thank you. See, this is what I'm surrounded by brilliance. So next Sunday is our annual blooming meeting. Party is actually what we're calling it, and it is our annual meeting. We get to share our accomplishments. We get to also talk about what it is that we had listed on that wall. We made all those lists and those ideas of where we want to go as a thriving community. And so, can you come up and do a little music for us? And we'll do a reprise on "Let Your Light Shine." And or no, this little. That's it. I knew you'd know it. Glad I've got her here. So anyway, so at the blooming annual party, we're going to talk about those things that you want to do and how we're moving forward. We're going to have a lot of fun, and we appreciate your attendance. Now, if you're a member, I've got Sue doing this in the background. She's reminding me to tell people it's a potluck. That's what this means. Did you know that? This means potluck. And so, I love it. And so it is a potluck. The center is providing the main dish. We appreciate that you bring your favorite dish. And I like to say, and something to eat also, because we all have a favorite dish, right? Those of us who know what that means. And so thank you for that. That'll happen right after Sunday celebration. Trina, am I... Mother's Day recipes. So there's a colander out in the hallway, and we're going to collect some recipes from Mom. And we're going to add an appendix to our already existing Unity cookbook. So as you participate in the potluck, I encourage you to go to our website, download the cookbook, and pull a recipe from it. And then next week we're adding in the next couple weeks recipes from Mom, and then that will be available also. We appreciate a $20 donation for that, because it is also a fundraiser. So thank you for that. Anything else I forget? What's that? Membership Sunday is, see? I don't need any notes. Who needs a stinking PowerPoint? So Membership Sunday happens April 30th. And if you are interested in membership and you weren't able to attend that Unity 101 class, come see me and we'll do a one-on-one and we'll get you in this membership class. It's pretty exciting the way our ministry is growing. It's really amazing. So celebrate that with us, Membership Sunday, and that is on the 30th. And there'll be food for that too. I just love to cook. And so here we go. How about it? Are we done? Are we done? All right. All right, my friends, thank you for being with us. And Bernice, take us out with this little light of mine.
I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine.
Stand if you are comfortable.
Let it shine. Here we go. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Out there in the dark, out there in the dark, I'm gonna let it shine. Out there in the dark, I'm gonna let it shine. Out there in the dark, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, everywhere, everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Ain't nobody gonna blow it out. Nobody gonna blow it out. I'm gonna let it shine. Ain't nobody gonna blow it out. I'm gonna let it shine. Ain't nobody gonna blow it out. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. One last time, this little light. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
And together we affirm the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Create a great week, my friends.